It's tabletop time.
I'm Jazza from Draw with Jazza.
I'm Rob.
I'm Chad from I'm Chad.
And I'm Aki.
And we're back. Now we actually, we'll start off by plugging stuff. We're using a system called Cogent Roleplay, which is a system developed by Chad and myself, available for free at cogentroleplay.com. It's fun, it's easy to understand, and yet it feels satisfying to us, and we really want your feedback on it, and we'd love you to use it.
And it's still in alpha, and we're tweaking the rules as we speak.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually spent the last half an hour making a few minor tweaks we're feeling pretty good about, but the core heart of the system is pretty set in stone, and we're really liking where it's at, and we're getting some really great feedback. I actually like the name personally, because Greg was saying to me the other day, he's like, oh, we have Cogent Night coming up, and I'm like, that sounds so right. Anyways, so yeah, so there's that.
Jazz is very happy with that name.
I am.
It took a long time to actually to not only come up with one, to find one that we could both accept.
Exactly. It's true. We went through lots of iterations.
Okay.
But do you want
Mackie, say something.
Yeah, cover Twitter, because we have a...
All right, so
Something we're dealing with at the
Twitter
moment.
is where you can submit some questions if you like, but it's rarely done. Or you can send us some fan art, which is done quite often.
A lot.
It's awesome.
Which we love.
It's awesome.
We love.
It's wicked.
We're facing a really fortunate problem, and that is we're getting too much fan art. That's amazing.
Now, can we just say...
It's so good.
We all look at the fan
All
art
of it.
between streams. This is just something we love to do, and we think it's awesome as we do it.
But the problem is, now that it's taking up 15 to 20 minutes of every episode's beginning, we need to tweak how we're doing this. We don't want to not give time and attention to anyone who does fan art. We love all of you who participate. It's not about how great the art is, it's about people joining in and telling the story with us. So what we're going to start doing from now on is we're going to do at least one fan art video every month.
So just like the video you've seen previously.
Exactly.
And I really like that. One dedicated
It
to
allows us
where we
all to
can-
really soak it in all at once. People can still submit it, week by week as the episodes come out, and as we go through the fan art, it'll sort of go through that chronological narrative. But it also means that for the podcast and for the video episodes, we sort of get to the adventure a bit quicker, because it will get to the point for some people who may not soak it in as much, or at least for the podcast where it's audio based. You know,
that's a good point.
Bit of a it's a bit of a chunk of time.
This picture looks phenomenal.
Wow! If only you could see how pretty it is. So yeah. Anyway.
Speaking of the podcast, if you want to listen to that, you can check it out on soundcloud.com/It's Tabletop Time. And if you're watching on YouTube and you want to join future streams, check us out on twitch.tv/It's Tabletop Time.
And now with that out of the way, let's play.
Yay!
Someone attack someone or something with a sword.
Did they? Wait. I get it. And it.
Also,
and then
Twitter's at tabletop time, because I didn't actually get to say that before.
All right. I'm ready. So, good news, if you hadn't noticed, our soundboard is back. This means that in episodes, we will have some cool background music and some occasional ambience and sound effects. So hoping we can find a good balance. Let us know if it's a bit too loud or too quiet, but we're really hoping it adds to the ambience. We enjoy having it as we play. So,
Would I be right in presuming as well, if there's fan art of a character that we haven't drawn ourselves, that it may make its way into the videos? So like, for example, Visic and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I just thought I'd mention that as well for those who might detest that change.
Shall we?
So I just want to, I guess, reiterate that we look at the fan art.
Yeah,
guys.
love
It's
it.
not like we're
Don't
ignoring
stop
it.
making it.
We love it.
It would break our hearts if it slowed down, because we're loving how it's going. So if you're enjoying the series, if you're we're still going to encourage people to submit fan art.
The Lily Smashy. Like what? I had to chuckle for a good,
And there was
5 minutes from that.
There was one that I really liked of what's my character's name? Carter. At like standing and mourning at a grave or something. It was like their interpretation of like, they don't know his past, but they were just trying to tell a story. And it was really cool because they seem to get the impression that he's like a broken character and like there's some darkness there, which is really nice because it's, true. And
It's potentially... True.
That was what's an Irishman good actor, Like,
seeing as Rob is God. Yeah, but no, keep submitting fan art. We will continue to favourite and retweet as they come out, so that's not going to be slowed down. But as far as the inclusion in the videos, we're going to segment it because it deserves the time and attention.
And of course, everyone else can go to the Tabletop Time Twitter and have a look at the fan art.
And check out fan art as it comes
right
out.
there.
So follow us there.
Right.
Let's jump into it.
Let's get into it. I'm going to quickly sum up what happened last time we played. So, our main adventurers at the time, that was everyone bar Lily. They had just finished a mission for a bounty for a local lord, or duke, or whatever the hell it was. And they just come into a town called Drad. And here they were relaxing. And it was while they were doing their thing that Shad's character, Lily, was stumbling over towards the town. And she was all covered in blood and stuff. And Mackie went and rescued her. Eventually she joined the group and, they stayed there and rested for 2 or 3 days to recover and get her ready to be on her way. And on the last day, as they were getting ready to leave, 4 riders entered town. And they were actually messengers from Lord Visick, who is in a little town all the way down the bottom.
They got killed. They're dead.
Anyway, our party started a fight with them, and then they kind of slaughtered the messengers of the Lord.
Can I just say, and one of them got pummeled! Literally!
Yeah!
I was like, that's one of the highlights for me. Someone got pummeled!
One got stabbed in the eye with short swords. The other was nailed to a wall with a massive arrow, and the other one was almost cleaved in half, and then the last one was beaten to death with a corpse sprinkler. If you don't get these references, go check out episode 1 and 2.
Alright, so I'm assuming we're on the road going somewhere.
Yes. So basically the last thing that happened was you guys literally walked off into the sunset to the west of town. So you're heading out of Drad, which is... Do you have the map up?
I can get the map up now.
So not long after leaving the town, Lily would be... whoever... Probably actually...
I would be.
Yeah, shut up.
What was that?
He's like, I would be... Thing is, I'm not a girl, alright? And Lily
You're
is a
not?
girl. I am a girl.
I'm a girl.
And I've just insulted entire sex. There you
A
go.
bowl of strawberry ice cream.
Wow.
Alright, so Lily would speak to Carter and say...
Sorry, I have control of the soundboard now. I can't... I'm so impulsive when I have this
terrible
thing.
thing.
Alright.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Carter?
Oh, we're picking up where we left off?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta get into character.
Get in. Carter?
Alright.
Monocles and shoe polish.
Yes, child?
So, I'm thinking that we need to tell someone that Schnoobelville has fallen.
There was a name for it.
I know, but that's the only one
Do you
I can
remember the name?
remember.
It's on the map, isn't it?
No, because we made one up. But I know what you're saying.
It's the only name
Let's
I can
not
remember.
jump
Does
into Mickey
anybody
Mousing
remember?
the entire story all over again.
Yeah.
Mackie came up with it, and it was something like, you thought it was Tristram, but I can't remember the name.
It was
But
like
anyway.
Trundle or something.
Trundle.
Lil-
Time to troll.
Lily says the name.
Come on, chat, help us out.
Well, it would help if you opened... There you go.
Caldum.
It wasn't-
Caldrum. Oh yeah, sorry. Caldrum.
Caldrum.
Yes! Yeah!
Oh, thank you, chat.
Shad with the Alright. Yeah, and actually it was the chat that led us.
It's not Chaldean.
Yeah.
It's
Caldrum.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, that's kind of a big deal, and I'm the only survivor. So who should we tell about that?
You present an interesting point. We're heading to Varric, whereupon we will be meeting with an associate of ours, after which we should definitely speak to someone of higher esteem.
Is Veric the nearest official towny thing?
No, but it's where you're heading. The nearest one would be Durham, which is south of
It's
here.
probably... Which one is a bigger main one?
Durham's a trade town, so I would say that's kind of big.
Durham is more important. But we can't really diverge through Durham, can we?
I can always...
It's south and you're heading west.
Yeah.
I could always send my Orcus ahead to
Send a message.
deliver a message
Like
to someone more
Scooby-Doo?
important.
Come on, really? You're gonna...
It's a grim story.
Are you
Stop
really
acting like a
insistent
child.
on, like, making
His
it...
animals can speak, alright?
No, he's communicating... Please don't turn it into, like, a slapstick Mickey Mouse comedy. Where
I'm not.
you are a little bit.
Except his animals can speak.
I can't. Slurpy Derp is fallen, like Scooby-Doo. I'm gonna pick up a corpse and bash people
Hey,
with it.
that was in-world
It's
seriousness.
barely scraped by to fit in, but
Oh,
you're
screw
pushing
you,
it.
no.
Just settle your pedals, calm your farm, and let's play.
Screw you! Shut up!
Staying in character while asking out of character questions. The struggles of RP.
Yes. Okay, so you offered to send a message by your birdie bird.
Yes, by Taka.
I don't have a hawk.
Me!
I don't have a hawk sound.
You blame me!
Oh, that wasn't as bad as talking about Scooby-Doo.
That's it. Every time you break immersion, I'm going to be pointing it out just to show that you're a hypocrite.
All right.
You broke immersion.
I did.
Stop breaking immersion.
Yep.
We are so hopeless. This is ridiculous.
All right. So, sorry, you said that. That's a great idea, Lala.
Well, yes, I thought of it.
Okay, who can write?
I would
Don't look at
volunteer
me.
myself for this. In
I mean,
fact,
I can read, but my writing not so much, not so good.
fear not. I will do my best to compose something that looks a little more noble than a simple scrolled note. Hopefully, it will do the services.
Okay, so whenever you start writing, Lily kind of sits.
Are we
right-
sort of camped at this point? So
I thought
we're
you were still
No,
walking.
No, we're
this
walking
was soon
along.
after
Yeah.
we leave the town because it's a fairly important
okay.
thing.
In which case, I sort of say, once we reach camp, I will compose a letter for the authorities in Durham. Is it Durham?
Durham is south. You're
Yeah.
heading to Berwick.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's where the
Durham's
message would need to
the
be
trade
sent.
communication town. Like it's
Look
a
at the
bit.
map. Look at the map. Look at the map. Look at the map. They have names.
My God, I needed to switch between them so constantly.
So your bird can act like a homing pigeon, a carrier, like.
Can do lots of things.
But that's the thing. To what level? Because in all fairness,
remember where you are?
they need to be trained to fly to the actual,
Do you remember where
page
you are?
We're somewhere
where
here,
the
right?
messages of the.
Further east.
Here.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
But we're like
Well,
traveling
that's
this
up to
way,
Rob.
yeah?
Yeah.
So we're going to be reaching the crossroads. We're going to be reaching the crossroads between Durham and Varick soon. At which point, when we set up camp in the evening, I will compose a letter to send to the authorities in Durham, and we'll continue west to Varick. How does that sound?
That sounds great. Why are we going to Varick?
We have an associate we've been meaning to meet with. It's quite important.
Well, I'm one of you guys now, so let's find someone who wants some skulls smashed. Sounds good to me.
He definitely asks for that quite often.
Oh, really? You like smashing skulls too?
I do not.
Oh. Do you like cooking?
Yes, actually.
You do?
Yes, well, I'm not skilled in it in particular, but I enjoy
Well,
all of the
I
arts.
could teach you a thing or two. I've been doing my whole life.
Well, that sounds delightful. After I compose the
disappointing.
letter, we could spend some time cooking. That would be wonderful.
Ralik kind of groans and gallops ahead a bit.
Why does he groan?
He just doesn't like you.
Oh, good.
Okay, are we going to say we're making camp or?
So we say that, the day
Okay, so yeah,
passes.
basically they keep making their way west across this path. It's weaving through the hillsides, and as they get further and further west, the land kind of flattens out, and it's more, flat farmland and plains. Every so often there'll be like a little outcropping of trees, nothing too major.
Okay, so in all honesty, Lily would probably be chatting in a very energetic, bubbly way the entire time.
Oh God.
Well, we can just skip the night though.
Yeah,
It-
let's skip the chatting.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that, but just to give you what should be talking about.
I wouldn't
and, like,
skip the night. I think it has some interesting things that might happen.
And
Okay.
it would be in kind of
Well,
in
you're the
it would be
narrator,
kind
you-
of in the gossipy girl kind of way, telling stories about her old mercenary group.
Yeah.
One of the most impressive
months.
kills she ever has
Shad
done.
said it would take months. I said it would take weeks.
Do you want to clarify when you're responding to chat?
I'm responding to chat. Someone said that it would take months to cross because it's a pretty large area. But
I imagine it would take like 4 or 5 days travel to reach Varick from where we are.
I reckon more. Oh, you're on horses.
Yeah.
That's how often you rest. Like a slow wagon train could make it from Gorelm to Verom. Yeah, in about a month.
Mm-hmm.
A slow wagon train.
So, out of all the people in the party, I'm guessing it would be Carter who would be the only person polite enough to not scream at Lily and say, "Shut up."
I think that would be a very
To be honest,
assessment.
the level... This is where there's going to be a bit of a difficulty for me. Because I get easily irritated by my brother Shad. More so than would be justifiable if he were anyone else. So please forgive that. Carter has a level of patience that is incomprehensibly large.
Oh, right.
So he actually wouldn't be irritated by Lily.
Oh, really?
And
Like-
he would be he would feel very protective of her and would feel good that she is willing to talk to him.
Well, if that's how Carter reacts, Lily would be, loving you, and so she'd be like, and like talking about. So what I found, splitting skulls with axes can sometimes be difficult because they get stuck. That's why I prefer to cut heads off with swords because they kind of slice nicely through. It works really, really well, especially if it's sword. And she's talking about that for like hours upon hours.
He is the best listener that anyone could comprehend.
Okay, well,
it's just what he does.
Well,
he likes to know about people.
You're her best friend now.
There you go.
And so Carter.
The irony is, I hate it.
Okay. So, eventually, as night falls, they begin to set up a camp.
Okay. Okay, sorry. Carter, is it about time you write that letter now?
That's exactly what I was intending to do, friend.
Alright, I'm gonna go sit over here.
Lily, would you like to help the boys set up camp?
Yeah, I could cook dinner.
Sure, that's a great
good.
idea.
So Lily's like, fine. All right, where's the cooking stuff? Give me the pot.
I pull out one of the sacks that is, the common things.
And Lily gets started. She's like...
Lily gets started cooking.
Yeah, she is...
So you're going to have to roll a cooking check.
bliss.
I'm going to have to roll a scholar check, I imagine, just to write... because it's going to affect how well how
it's perceived.
persuasive the news is. Yeah. You know what I mean? So... would I be doing persuasion or scholar, and would one assist the other?
I would say persuasion would assist scholar.
Okay, cool. So I'll do a persuasion assist.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to say that Leon, Relic, and Raiden start sparring.
And I'm
Cool.
gonna get...
Ooh, that's gonna... Lily's actually gonna be wanting to join in a bit, and she'll be torn between... They're fighting with swords. Cooking. Fighting with swords. I said I'll cook them dinner. And so she's probably watching them more than she should, which is going to distract her from her cooking, which would multiply certain results.
I'm assuming the assist is challenge level 3 for the scholar.
I'll send Taka to go get some food
Sorry,
as well.
persuasion.
I'll say 2.
You can't.
I can't.
It's a minimum assist of 3.
Then. Three then, yeah. Okay.
Level 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a plus 3 win. 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. Yeah. So then that's a scholar roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 3. 5, 6, 7.
Right. So that's like an impeccably written letter.
Whoever receives it will know it's serious business and not from someone travelling on the road writing.
I'm assuming you might have been asking Lily for certain details while you were...
Yeah, I will have done, and probably communicating what has happened, that we've intercepted. But will I be writing it as a member of the Blood Brothers or an official in some town? Will I be faking my identity, or will I be
member of the Blood Brothers, I think would be fine.
Well, because that might affect it negatively or positively, because we have a reputation.
No, but you'd just be saying, we came across the only survivor of
Look, I'll leave this up to you.
Caldrum Outpost Fortress.
I forge the letter. I mean, I got a great roll, so I'm hoping this.
Yeah,
just
I'll
I'm
allow
able
that.
to, yeah. As an official from the town we just left.
Okay.
And I will date it to be just prior to when we fucked shit up. so that there's not
no connection there.
How did they miss that bit of information?
So, but
Visick is pissed.
Hang on, that would imply that Carter... Well, I guess no, you did slaughter messages of the Duke, so yeah, he probably would be... Lord, he will probably be cautious of people having a bad reaction to that. So yeah, I agree, that's not metagaming. Carter would be onto that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. So I've done that. Lily, you're cooking?
Yes, so Lily has -2 on cooking. and the base of 3, which means she's 1 dice to roll with. So I'm guessing having a win on 1 would be the difference if it actually being edible and it being...
I'm going to
not
say
digest-
challenge level 2. You're cooking really standard fare. You're on the road. The food isn't expected to be great.
Awesome. And I have 1 dice to roll with, which is great.
Uh-oh.
4, so
It's a win.
it means it wouldn't make people sick, it'll just taste horrendous.
Yeah, or it's burnt. I'm going to go with burnt this time. That leaves room for it to get worse.
You had 1 point to roll?
She's got a -2 in cooking.
Oh, God.
She's like, it's ready!
Oh.
Get it while it's hot!
What?
Relic sits.
What is our experience? I sit down ready to...
She's like handing it all really happy, like...
I'm sorry, but
"Yourselves?"
also in the meantime, we've shipped the letter, right? So the hawk
Yeah,
is left?
I would say
Yeah,
so.
Okay.
I can send Doc.
So Relic drops his armor and drops his shield, his sword, comes over and quickly grabs his bowl, picks up his spoon, sits down on the ground. He's just like, "Oh, fucking finally!" And he just throws it and then walks off.
Lily is handing the bowls to others, so I'm not sure if she sees that or not.
Like,
Do we see it?
yeah.
So I'm somewhat cautious.
He's just like coughing as he walks off. He's like, "What the fuck was that?"
I take a bite. What do I taste?
Charcoal?
Charcoal. You find a twig.
So this is what Lily does.
I've eaten worse, and I can deal with charcoal.
How do you deal with the twig?
I try and avoid her seeing it, and I take it out and sort of put it on the ground. And I trudge through the meal knowing that I saw her cook, I'm assuming with edible ingredients at the start. But I note to myself that I'm probably going to assist her with the cooking moving forward.
And so, like, even before probably she was handing it all out to everyone, and then she sits down and she eats it and she's like, it's really good when you got a true heart. And she keeps eating, like, so-and-so, mentioning a name of someone that raised her, says, the harder to eat, the stronger it makes you, he said. She's like...
I nod contemplatively and say, did you do much of the cooking back at Caldrum?
I did all of it.
I pick up another spoon, take a breath.
This is where Leon's like, maybe they didn't die and they just tried to run the fuck away. He says it a little too loudly though, so I'm gonna say you hear it.
Actually, no, you should roll perception.
Yeah.
Because if you get a
Okay,
bad enough
yeah.
perception...
Yeah. Well, he's not exactly trying to hide it.
Well, if he just says it...
Yeah, well, he didn't just say it. He's kind of like half saying it to
Well, then you
Leon.
should get a perception roll, but it should be challenge level 1 or 2.
Challenge level 1. Oh yeah, you hear it.
Yeah.
So what did he say?
He said maybe her friends didn't die, they just run the fuck away.
It was like, I'd never run away from a fight. She doesn't put together to talk about the food. And then she's like, oh, where's Relic?
Everyone just kind of looks around. He's just gone.
I liked it.
Actually, with your perception roll, I'm going to say you see the bowl he threw on the ground. Because you got 4 or 3? I'm going to say you see it.
Oh. Okay, so Lily is perfectly convinced that her cooking is actually really good. And so her conclusion would be, oh, he mustn't be feeling well. Sore stomach. And she keeps eating.
I trudge through the whole bowl.
Really?
That's how good I am as a human
Wow.
being.
Like-
Are you eating it as well? Is
Yeah,
Lara-
what's
No,
Lara-
I've got my own food.
Yeah.
Lara often sits by himself with his
What are,
beer.
you, what are you eating?
Lily would have been looking for
Like,
you.
Yeah, she
Just-
would have been pushing the meal on you.
Yeah, she'd be like, hey, where's Lala? Lala! Lala!
I'm just gonna ignore her until she finds me.
Roll a stealth check.
Yeah.
Stealth versus perception.
Hang on, he doesn't know it's terrible. You don't
Yeah,
get
no,
to
but
taste-
he's doing what he would do, and he's obviously trying to seek
Would he
solace
actively hide.
from Lily, who's been talking all day, and
Probably, yeah, he
Lara
probably
likes
finds
us-
it very
yeah.
irritating. Actually, does he? I'm asking Mackie, who plays Lara.
No, we can make the decisions for him.
Lyle almost finds everybody irritating in some form or another. You got to remember,
dice camera.
he has very, very little.
What was that for? Was that like what happens in the evening?
For
please
SoundCloud,
no, please
that
no.
was a destiny.
What
roll
was
of
that?
one.
That was a destiny roll of 1.
That was a 1.
Yeah, what for?
It's nothing involving you guys.
The bird dies on the journey.
No, the people who found the dead bodies have now sent an army after us or something.
All right.
That's going to come back to haunt us in a bad way. I know it.
All right. Here's my stealth.
Chat's like, oh god.
It's a 2. So 4. So you find me,
Like,
unfortunately.
hey, Lala, I made you dinner.
Ugh, that's all right. I made my own food.
Oh, you like to cook too?
I live off the land.
Hey, what you eating?
A raw squirrel.
Raw?
This is how I eat my food.
You must have a strong stomach to handle that, which is true, by the way, out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can I have a try?
Sure. I'll pick up a squirrel off the ground.
Sure.
Show it to you.
It's chewy.
No, she's going to use this as an ingredient.
I like it.
Oh no.
Raw squirrel. I'm remembering that one.
Fuck.
It's like,
Somewhere, a shiver went down Carter's spine. I'm not sure why I feel dread, but I do.
All right. Back at the camp, everyone's just finished
Chilling.
dinner and everything, I imagine, and chilling around the fire. So, does anything happen on this eve?
I'm trying to get information I need to actually have something happen, but it's just loading so slowly.
Are you using your network or my...
I'm not connected to your network.
Okay.
We're in the sticks, so I have no internet connection.
Alright.
In the sticks.
so, after dinner,
Goddamn.
Lily would
Melbourne.
approach, I forget the other two guys' names. There's Relic and then there's,
Relic's not here.
yeah, I know, here's
Leon and Raiden.
Leon Ryden. Were they the ones doing the sword fighting, practicing?
They were 2 of them, yes.
Yeah. She's like, hey, I saw you guys practicing your swords.
Yeah.
So, wondering if you want to do a little bit more? I mean, I'm actually pretty good with a sword.
If you think you can take me.
She's like, just smiles, really like.
This will be interesting.
I wish my internet would work.
As a basis, could we not assume whoever's got the highest, well, like sparring sessions and stuff, whoever just has the highest stat wins? I mean, you can roll it if you want.
I reckon...
Let's get a fight going.
Like an actual one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Okay. You will be against Raiden.
Oh. This is Candyland. Like, she gets to cook and she gets to fight someone.
Let's do it.
What's your reflex? Okay.
You using real swords?
You will be trained enough to be able to pull our blows. That's kind of the thing.
Well, at the end of the day, if you get a level 4 win, you can just say
Yeah. Trip him up.
you're
Push the sword.
you surrender. Yeah.
Terrible connection. It's frustrating as hell.
Well, it's probably all the soundproofing and stuff in here as well. Probably doesn't help.
Probably does not help,
Yeah.
no.
Sorry. What are you looking for?
Beast.
Getting dice ready. I'm looking something
The
up.
Oh,
bestiary.
that's your phone, not mine.
You may need to just improvise through
Okay.
it. But anyways, let's play this out, and then if it interrupts or if something happens, just you'll have to.
What are you trying to remember? The name of?
Yeah,
Creature.
I just want the list of them. Can I have... Where's my cheat sheet?
Hey, ask
It's
Chad.
my
They'll
cheat
bring
sheet.
it up in 2 seconds.
Where's mine?
I don't know.
Hey, Chad. Rob is looking for the bestiary from the forum.
I
And
can get it.
So if you can just write the names of the beasts that are currently up there, problem
Anyway.
solved.
Shad and Joss make up content while we wait.
All right.
Lily's fighting someone.
I'm playing
got
with
the
my
dice.
horse.
I did.
Really?
What's the,
What game are you playing there?
Leapfrog. The horse wins. I don't know. What? You said make content. And
Mackie's-
Scooby-Doo comes along and flails corpses
No,
around.
Scooby-Doo came along. He'll go up to Mackie and goes, hello.
Ruby?
I'll do whatever you say.
I want this fight to kick up. Come on.
Give Jazza the dice while we wait. I've got it almost.
Now, are we using armor? I don't think we're using armor.
We're using the rules.
She's wearing her armor still.
Okay,
There you go.
fair enough.
But
just go
technically, we shouldn't.
I
want to
see. I want to see full character stats. A brawl. See what happens. Let's go for it.
God, how many posts is there before it actually pops up?
Depends what you're looking for.
Or does it not just? It just doesn't display the image. That's really frustrating.
Cheers, bro.
Yeah, click on
Just wing it, man. Make up the stats on the
Yeah,
fly
come
if
on.
you need to.
Okay, I found what I wanted. Okay, so I have more reflex, so I'd go first.
Well, I declare first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lily should be like almost but jumping up and down with excitement. This is, this is what she loves. And so she gets her huge greatsword, which is like, you would expect a girl her size to have trouble lifting, but she's throwing it around like it's a small stick.
Yeah.
And she just comes in with a big, wide swing. Yeah, something basic, but
Cool. He's going to try and get into close range.
so he's trying to get into close combat. So you're declaring that specifically to get the additional dice,
Which
but
means
he
you
can't
need
do
a
anything
+1
else.
win against. So you're just
You
using
don't get
combat
additional
rolls
dice for
and
trying to
saving
get
throws.
into close range.
Say that again.
You don't-
I thought we had a custom rule. If someone declares for a specific action, they will get an additional dice to roll with, not a +1 win. But even if you get like 5 wins against me,
You can't cause damage,
choose
yeah.
anything else.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have
that's
to
it.
do the thing you declared.
Let's go for it.
Okay, so I get another one.
by eating.
Now, do you have your -2 for your armor?
She's only wearing her casual armor, which is -1.
Okay.
Is he getting what? What
No,
armor is he wearing?
I'm going to say he's in just his leather.
Yeah. So
1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that's terrible.
3, 4. It is a 4.
So I rolled a 4 to try and get into close range against Lily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, level 2 victory, baby. So, what are my options? Can I yoink this? I'm yoinking this. So, level 2 victory. Oh, yeah, total disarm.
You're summon. Okay, so I'm assuming what's most likely happened there is he's pulled up his both short swords to try and block it as he's come through and just poof, knocked him
Yeah,
out
she
of his
just
hand.
with enough force that, yeah. Probably a bit of a twist as well, which dislodges them.
Wow, this will be a short fight unless he can gain an advantage.
And she's like, Wah-ha-ta! Probably not that, but like, Wah-ha-ha! with the sword.
I don't think you have enough time considering that the combat phases are really quite short.
Oh, she's giggling, but she's like, yeah.
Shit, what else can I do? There's not really
Best
that.
2 out of 3.
Yeah, that's almost a surrender. In a sparring fight, when you've been disarmed, you're like, oh,
Well, no,
this-
there's
You could play it
Actually,
off
no,
narratively
no.
that he underestimated in there
no,
any means
no.
business.
He's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. Right. I declare first.
No,
You
I
declare
declare
first.
first.
What are you going to do? Would you consider that over?
Yeah, she would kind of think it's over.
Cool. I drop and he sorry. Yep, Raiden drops to the ground and tries to take out your legs with a kick.
Okay.
Cool. So let's take out my bonus dice for the combat because he's got no weapons.
Okay, well, and he's unarmed, so -1.
He's trying to kick you. It doesn't matter.
No, it's unarmed.
Okay, yeah, well.
So it'll be 3 plus his abilities plus any skill he has in unarmed,
No, none.
and then -1 for being unarmed.
I already did that.
Yeah.
Where did I get these 2 from? That was That was the weapon bonus.
So, question: is he really going for it? Because he would probably know he's at a major disadvantage.
Oh, he'd go
trying
for
to-
it.
Okay, so
He'd
he'd go
still
for it
go for it.
regardless.
But
Okay.
would you be expecting it?
Probably not.
Is he charging? Is the question.
2.
Is he charging?
No, I can't react because I got low
Yeah.
reflex.
Can you? So you don't get a defense roll if you're not expecting it.
I'm saying
I would say you've been
I'm saying
celebrating.
she would, but because
What- okay.
because it's not like she wasn't aware of him, right? But she would probably choose not to, because this guy, from her point of view and her experience, is a scrawny little weakling.
Okay.
And so
What I'd like you to do,
if he hits her,
can
she's
you
got-
roll a strength check?
Okay, well, question, because with a level 2 win,
Yeah.
I can reduce that with my strength. Because this is outside of armor, and so that I can reduce victory levels with my strength
Yeah.
to 0. So Lily would probably just
Can you
Tank it.
Can you do it?
roll the strength
Yeah.
check. Yeah, I can. Right. So just roll.
You got to beat 2. That's your only thing. And then if you want, you
Oh,
can...
no. Well, okay. So if I fail, then I can choose
So
to
Han,
reduce
let's
it with
recap.
my-
Lily wasn't prepared for, is it Raiden? To jump in, and so she didn't get a defense roll?
Well, she should, but I was choosing to just tank it and negate it with her strength.
See, I have an image in my head of what I want to happen,
Okay.
and it's still for you to win.
Okay, so I'll roll this.
Yeah. All right.
3.
You don't even need to. Right. So it might be due to the fact that you weigh an absolute shit cunt, but he kicks you as hard as he can, right? Trying to like take you off your feet, and his foot just collides with your leg, and he's just like, "What the fuck?"
Lily, she would giggle and start to jump up. Have you ever seen the Chun-Li jump when she wins, where she kicks out her legs and keeps her knees together?
Yeah.
Where she kicks out her feet but keeps her knees
Yeah.
together? Yeah, she would do that. She'd be giggling, going,
Right. So after that, he kind of like limps back to the fire to sit down. He's like, "What a fucking huge bitch!" Oh, he's like rubbing his leg. It's really sore.
Okay, hang on. Did she hear him say that part?
Yeah.
Oh, she'd be like, I'm not
Can someone
huge."
roll a perception? Can you all roll perception, please?
Do you want to take your dice back there?
That would have stung her to the core.
You cruel bastard.
What's that? A 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Just to answer
You've
Rifkin
noticed
Will's, just to answer Rifkin Will's
the challenge?
question, with strength reduction, it's only for that combat encounter. So you can reduce things for a combat encounter, and that's it until the fight stops and a new fight starts up. Then you can use the strength reduction.
It's 1 point per strength, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So if you have 2 points in strength, you could use 1 point at different times, twice, or 2 points at once. But once they're spent in a combat encounter, they're spent.
Okay, perception.
Yeah, perception check.
I think it would be fair to actually give her a negative because she's actually trying to hold
Celebrate.
back bursting out into tears
Okay,
from
yeah,
such
that's
a cruel, mean comment.
Rob's like, yeah,
comments. So
whatever.
-2.
That's up to you.
Oh, there you go, Joe.
It might help
It was
if
a
you hit
4.
the dice
Yeah,
thing.
Do you want to
roll
re-roll it?
again. Yeah,
It doesn't matter. You can't.
2.
4. Okay, right. So you guys don't notice anything, but La hears a distant like, and like
So someone, I perceive
And-
that
and
somebody
it's-
might be getting
it's
cursed.
getting slightly closer to you.
Okay. I'll let Car down from my arms,
Yeah.
which is my snake for those who aren't paying attention, and send him to go find out what it is.
Okay. Can you roll perception again?
Well, everyone.
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
So hang on, am I rolling
Might
perception?
have been a 5, but I'll
What's
say
the
it's
challenge
4.
level?
3.
Because it's getting closer.
It's getting closer.
3. I got 3.
Okay.
Right. So you both. well,
At this
Shay-
point,
Lily
Lily
has
would
to-
actually be sobbing now because that was such a mean comment. She's like,
At this
She's
point,
got
I would have moved
tears, but-
towards Lily to comfort her, but
2.
something catches my attention.
okay. Right. So you
And
both hear it
Mackie-
now.
sorry, and La.
It's someone screaming, and they're getting closer.
Okay. I'll get.
I wish I had a
Green
scream
chat.
sound on my app. Anyway. I only have this. More of a roar than a
What
scream.
does Car see? Do I need to roll perception for Car because he's moving towards him? He's a snake, so
I'd say he would have noticed it if you have,
okay.
because like if you heard it, you'd be on edge, and he'd react.
Okay, so how close to these?
You can't
What?
tell. It's too dark out.
Okay, but how? So Car can't see the person yet. Okay. Next round.
Okay. Cool. What do you guys do?
I take a very slight edge leaning the opposite direction to Lily in a way that she doesn't notice that I'm no longer comforting her fully, to pay her a little more attention to what I heard.
And I'll ready my bow while he's doing that.
Yeah, my hand goes to my hilt, but I'm not yet thinking it's going to be...
Okay. One more perception check. Okay, again, you
This is challenge level what?
2.
So hang on, he's continually hearing something.
If you can't see shit, it's too dark.
I got 4.
And you're near a fire, so you're light blinded.
So both of us have become more attentive. And
Yeah. You all hear it. Everyone has heard it so far except
they would
you.
only be light blinded if the fire was between them and the thing they're looking at. If the fire's behind them, it would be like a torch. They would be.
I'm away from the camp anyway, so.
Just to be technical,
There's
because
absolutely no light pollution in this world.
what?
Well, like, there's nothing bright enough to cause that much light pollution anyway.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Well, if you're closer to Melbourne, right, it's lighter at night.
Okay, yeah, but okay. So
But
basically,
if you're
trying to say is
if
that
you're
it's
in the,
really, really
it
dark.
is pitch
Yeah,
black.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
1 that time. So
Right.
which means
So you're still oblivious.
Lily is still kind of, she's sobbing, which
At this
crying in a
point-
soft way, and
at this point, Carter sort of turns his sit into a half-standing crouch.
Yeah, Ryden
And he
and
says
Leon are
tensely to the group very quickly, "Brothers, be at the ready."
Yeah, Ryden and Leon have like stood up and they're their hands on their weapons, ready to draw.
okay, well then Lily would be like, what?
It's
But
at
it raises us.
it's at this point, Relic bursts through some shrubbery, covered in blood, bite marks, scratches,
Relic?
and shit. Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. And he's screaming his head off. He's swearing. And as he gets closer to the camp, he turns around, grabs his sword off the ground, turns around and gets on the ready. It's at this point 3 massive fucking wolves pop out of this bush that have been chasing him.
Okay, so I'm trying to decide on what Lily's honest reaction would be.
Brothers, form together! And I like edge in as a signal that everyone sort of take each other's back and be at the ready.
She might squeal for joy. She's really upset, and now there's a fight. This is like therapy.
I'm sorry, I mean, there's got to be a point at which, like, I understand Lily's intentions, but I feel like brawls and fighting and killing people, but if 3 massive fucking wolves and someone she's joined is hurt, like, she might be aggressive already, but I feel like that's a bit...
She's not suicidal.
To be completely fearless...
No, she's not suicidal.
Is a
She's not
bit
going to run in
unrealistic.
and try and get herself killed.
Yeah.
But she's got a group who can, everyone's going to be fighting together, and I think this would cheer her up a little bit, in all honesty. The guy's not dead, so it's just a flesh wound.
In the midst
Shrug
of
it off, princess.
In the midst of combat, I'm gonna yell out "Twee!" and then swing around with my bow and get ready to release. I'm obviously not holding the bow like that. I'll hold it upright, and I'm gonna go for an arranged attack on one of the wolves.
Can I just declare something? Because this is the only way I'll get to, because I don't have high reflex too, okay? I'll grab my greatsword, half swording, and I'm going to brace for a charge, because if these are aggressive type animals, I would expect that they would rage.
I don't think I stated their size correctly.
Yeah, what's their size?
They're like dire wolves.
They're eye level with you.
So they're really big.
On all
They're
fours.
the size of bears, basically.
Well, no, there's fucking... Well,
Yeah, the bear's the size of a house, but...
So is that you implying that we should run?
You can do what you want.
He's
yeah,
just stating-
outrun 3 massive... It's
gonna-
not even an
Yeah,
option.
fine. Well, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I brace myself for them to charge me, because I expect that's what wolves would generally do, or to charge someone else. So even though I have low reflex, because I'm declaring
Yeah.
before any combat rounds have started, I hope to be able to perform a brace against a charge.
I feel like as far as turn orders go, the wolves should all sort of be at the same time, but reflex should also dictate. So I'm assuming they have 2 reflex or something?
They have 1.
They have 1 reflex, okay. So I have none. How much do you have? You have 1. So you're going to have to roll off with the wolves, but if you lose or win that, my suggestion to you, dear narrator, is that either goes before the other, but the wolves are together. What do you think?
As in, the wolves have the same turn.
Yes, exactly. Like everything sort of happens simultaneously, but if you have a faster reflex than one of the wolves, you have faster reflex than all of the wolves.
Okay, I'll allow
it
that.
saves you.
Yeah,
Like I'm
having
just trying to
management
save
through it.
you
Yeah,
some
fair
effort, but allowing you to let them strategize and work
Yeah.
together.
Okay.
Okay, so you're all standing there. You're all in a line. You're somewhere off in the distance, I'd say behind them, facing it, right? So you're currently looking towards over them, over your party members. And Ralik's turned around with his sword and he's like, where the fuck's the other one?
Oh, so there's 4. We imagine. Okay.
And I'm like, whoa, those are some big puppies.
Can I release my arrow?
Yes.
Okay,
I'll
so
give you an unmitigated roll.
What does that mean?
There's no combat, no defense roll at all.
Oh, get it good, man.
I got a 3. 4 plus 1. So
Is that
5.
your combat roll?
Yes.
I would say they are 10 to 50 meters away, but because of the size of your bow, it gets shifted down 1. So that's 5 to 10 on the close range. So your stationary target would be 2.
So I have to meet a challenge level 2.
Anything
I got
above?
5, so I get a 3.
Level 3.
Plus,
Ranged can only deal damage. You can't perform combat maneuvers, so it's level 3 injury or nothing.
Okay. What else?
That's the drawback. The
I'm
great
gonna-
advantage with ranged is that you can't be attacked back unless they have range.
Can I interject at this point and use a free round to make a scholar check to draw upon my knowledge on these beasts? Because if I get a really good roll, I really hope I can figure out a way to end these things quickly with everyone. You have the most sadistic smile on your face. It's really aggravating. 3, 4. Okay, what's the challenge level? I suppose it's just the higher the better.
yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so you know of this species. They're kind of common around the Wastelander Mountains, and generally they don't hunt in packs. I mean, generally they hunt in packs, but they don't hunt per se. So
They kill for sport.
no, like they generally they're scavengers usually. So Ralik has done something to piss them off in your mind. If they're coming after him, he's done something to piss them
He
off.
found a baby, or something like that.
Okay.
I hope he stole one.
Can I just, because I was actually going
Actually,
to
I think the exact
interrupt.
same thing.
I was actually going to
I'm so
interrupt
gonna find
Lars'
it next.
turn to do that roll, but is it metagaming to sort of? Because I would actually have spoken to him and because he's an animal man. What did you do in your roll?
I've just shot one of the wolves.
Great. Okay. Cool.
Not only you shot one of the wolves, like you
Yeah,
got an
I killed
arrow
it.
right
Yeah.
up its,
Did it actually
keister.
work? Did it hit?
He got
Yeah.
level 3 victory against it. He got level 3 injury.
Jesus. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this.
Okay. So
If out of strength, it can reduce it. So what happened with the wolf?
yeah, right. So your arrow takes it like, obviously it's like that. I'm gonna say it takes it in the.
No,
upper
hang
arm.
on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but he's got a lower reflex. He declared first, but declaration
Why
needs
do
to
I
take
have to roll
place.
a lower reflex? We have one reflex, they have one reflex. We have to roll it off.
Oh, did you roll off?
Well, I gave him an unmitigated roll. They weren't looking at him.
Yeah, he got a free. That like they didn't even get a defense roll
Oh,
against it.
okay, cool.
Pay attention, Jazza.
I'm sorry, I'm very everywhere. Just go easy.
Okay, so yes, you were describing
Okay.
the injury to the wolf.
Right. So it's taken the wolf in the shoulder, but from what you can tell, it hasn't really affected it that much, other than it being more pissed off.
What?
Right.
All
So,
right.
like 2 or 3 strength. It'd have to be 3 with it. Be how big they are. These are some big puppies. So, well, that one has used all its strength reduction.
You need to give me a lolly for dealing with your bullshit, Rob.
I'm going to, so La, I'll do a combat roll for La. He's got no reflex, so he'll come second to the wolves. I'm going to declare a maul.
La has to have a battle cry when he attacks.
Why would he do that? He's a guy who lives in the forest.
Someone
and
asked for a
he's notoriously
description. As I
just
said,
teasing.
they're about 6 foot at eye level. They're very mottled grey. There's like patches and
They're
stuff.
direwolves.
And they have these fangs that kind of come up from the side, kind of like a saber tooth,
Oh,
but like reverse saber tooth.
so they're like boar wolves.
They're big.
They're boar tusks.
They're not muscly, I wouldn't say. They're kind of wiry, but they're big. They're very quick.
Alrighty.
Twee is going to go for a combat roll as well, so I'll declare an attack with him as well, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 1 because it's 3 strength, so you got a 6.
Cool spell.
Oh, the thing. Yeah. A bear.
You know, the new rule.
Yeah.
How do we have like a? I guess you just have to roll stealth and see how it goes. I'm gonna try and roll stealth with Carl, which was my snake that was already heading in that direction, to see if he can approach one of the wolves undetected. 1, 2, 3. He is a tiny little.
So hang on. Proper combat round has started.
This is a perception from all three of them for your snake.
I was 1, but
1, 2, 3, 4.
okay. So I got 3.
But honestly, though, would a wolf this big give a crap about a little snake when there's 3 bigger?
Well, that's not up to, I mean, they might give a crap, they might not. But the point is now they know it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it might be scent based, it might be whatever, but yeah.
I'm gonna say one of them growls at your snake,
Okay.
like pointedly.
So do we declaration now, or because moves have been made?
Who's got 1 reflex?
I got 0.
Is it just us two?
I've got 0.
It's us two and the NPCs.
So you guys are rolling off. Are the NPCs? Where are their reflex?
Raiden is 1, and I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Leon
is this the second combat roll? Is this the second round or still the first round?
This is the second one.
Okay. So what about Twee's attack on the first roll?
Oh, that's the
He
bear.
got a 6. Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's there yet, to be honest.
Okay. So that's going to be the next roll. So
I would
he's
say
got a 6.
I would say he's currently charging. If that's
Okay.
what he's
Yeah,
doing.
I
Do you
can
wanna
declare
add,
charging.
you can say you could do. Is that 2 more dice? It's 1 more d6.
Okay. Well, I'll have to roll that later. But so I'll let go of another arrow from La. and
Well,
aim
we've
it.
got to declare what we're all doing first.
Okay.
So it's a
you guys
proper
will-
combat phase. So the first one to go is Leon, because he currently has 2, and I don't think anybody matches that.
Well, hang on. Declaring lowest goes first.
All right, yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, lowest first.
Well, I've already told you. Lily has braced herself for any charges coming her way. So yeah, she's like, and it's like a half-snorting brace where she's got the pummel probably resting on her thigh, and she's weighted properly and holding halfway out the blade, ready to just, if it jumps, stab it in the heart. Yep, there you go. But also, if one doesn't charge her directly, I want her. She's ready to jump in the way. And
We'll get to that when we get to it.
Okay.
Because you're bracing, that would be your role. But
Yeah.
That's an actual thing. Yeah.
Who's
So-
got the next lowest reflex? Twee, who's
I'm low.
just going to charge.
Relic has none.
Crap. I would have tried to handle this diplomatically. That's out of the question.
Here, bacon.
All right. Based on what I do know about them, though, because I had a good roll, where are their soft spots? I don't know. What's a good place to hit if we're killing them?
Head,
Side.
balls.
Side?
Side.
Okay. And I sort of belt. Aim for the sides. It'll incapacitate them.
Yeah. If you want.
I'm just trying to help him.
Okay. Yeah.
He's being a scholar and
So he's not going to attack?
We
Yeah, of
should
course
we
he
should
is.
have technically rolled for reflex, but oh well.
That doesn't matter. The low reflexes.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, I'm low reflex, so we're
Right, so what do you want to do?
declaring. I'm going to brace as well. I'm staying with the group. So
Okay,
I'm
so you're actually bracing as well.
against potential charges, yeah.
Okay.
Next to Lily, I know she can handle herself based on the experiences I've seen, but I'm feeling very protective of her. Because she's very little and she came back very wounded. So,
Okay. Relic is also bracing. He's also got 0 reflex, but he also says, "Fuckers jumped me when I was looking for some food.
It was like, you had food.
You call that food?"
Of course it was.
I say they're angry. Why are they angry?
I found food.
You took their food?
Well, I don't think they were eating it.
God damn it, Relic.
If they're hungry, there's some left in the pot.
This is all happening in like a split second. but okay.
Hey, you gotta have room for banter.
Okay. Right. So we go to the next people up that are on 1.
So that's Twee.
That's Twee. That's,
La.
Yeah, that's
Twee's already declared.
okay. Yeah, that's La. That's Raiden, and that's the wolves.
Okay, so D6. I got a 6.
I got a 5.
Ooh, you
Wolves.
beat a 5.
Oh, I needed to do 2. So that was the wolves.
And a 3. So that person goes last.
That would be Raiden. So he declares first.
Yep.
Ryden's obviously not going to go running into them by himself if the rest of his team is bracing, so he'll also kind of brace.
This is actually a very, like, proper battle formation we're forming. Everyone is bracing, ready for these beasties. We're on the ball, guys.
I'm like, hold! Hold!
She would know. I was going to say, hold what? But she would know that.
At this point, yeah, so when I say protecting Lily, I have my sword, but I also have my shield, and I'm sort of standing 3/4 in a way that's half guarding Lily.
She would be like, Carter, your shield's in the way.
Okay.
I wouldn't have my shield in the way.
So the wolves are about to keep their distance, but they're going to spread out around you.
So they're trying to circle us. Okay. I'm gonna...
Pincer formation.
Yeah, this is. If they keep doing that, then that's okay, because Lars got a big ass bow.
Clausewitz. I wish. Is he in chat? Because there's a formation where you make a square and everyone is facing out. That would be a proper
Just
battle formation.
quick question: how do they feel about fire?
They're near your camp.
So they don't care.
They were attracted by it, probably. In other words. But they might be afraid. It's a good idea, actually. Give it a go.
Do I have oil? That'll be a destiny roll.
I'd say it would destiny roll. I would say you.
This
would
is talking about like
I'd say
we
you-
have oil, but is it nearby and is there much of it and is it
Hey,
accessible?
we've got horses. Are the wolves after us or a free meal?
How have you not picked up on what is going on right now?
What?
What do you mean? What? The wolves are circling around us.
Yes, not your horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, what have I missed then?
Relic's done something that he should...
Okay, so it's because they're ticked off at humans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Relic tried to eat one of their cubs, obviously.
Okay.
Are you being? Oh, motherfucker! All right,
He did, didn't he? Yeah.
bastard. Destiny roll for
Where
oil
the oil is, yeah.
or flammable substance. 11.
Look, I'd say it's out of your pack, so it's not on the horses, but it's on the opposite side of the fire than you.
That idiot deserved it, trying to eat a pork, you little puppy.
All right. At this point, I sort of say keep them at bay. What's your name? La. See if you can keep working your magic.
Can you roll perception?
I can. What's that? 3, 2.
There's another one, remember? It's going to say hi to La
5.
with a kiss. A very toothy kiss.
Are you rolling stealth?
I am.
So you got to beat 5. You got 3.
Okay. You see a shadow moving in your eye off to the side very quickly.
So does it look like it's circling around me?
It does, and it's huge.
Way bigger than the others?
Not way bigger.
Same size, which means it's huge.
Rob said not way bigger. The impression I get is it is bigger.
It's bigger.
Okay.
Daddy's here.
That would be the mummy, actually.
You don't know. You didn't write the bestiary.
Generally, the females in the animal kingdom are bigger.
I'm going...
Yeah, or nearly, in all cases.
Depends on
Nearly
a whole
all.
lot
Well,
of species.
not in
But
our
anyway,
case.
I'm going to fire an arrow in the side of the one I'm already hit, and then I'm going to slowly move towards the group. So I'm like kind of strafing.
Probably not in all cases. Sorry, yes.
Okay, so then now it's
Let's roll!
no,
Let's
it's Leon's
do
turn
this.
to declare because he has 2 reflex, and again he is just going to brace because it would be stupid to go in by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at this point, there's no point in rolling. No one's doing anything.
We're
except
waiting
you.
for the wolves.
Yeah,
So-
we're all bracing and holding him at bay until.
So,
What about... Well, Twee's charging them.
Twee is charging them, yes, but he's not there yet.
one
So it
bear
takes-
against 3 wolves.
How far away are they
From him, a while.
from us?
Oh, from you, I would say probably.
So,
I don't know.
am I getting
Wait, to this
flanking?
Really? So we're like barely holding him at bay.
Huh?
Am I getting flanking because I'm shooting from the side?
No.
It's either flanking or they're not getting a defense roll. It's one or the other.
I would say they've found you now.
Okay. But I'm
Well-
But
not-
if they're facing us, he gets a flanking bonus.
Yeah, flanking, but they get a defense roll because they're aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the flanking bonus is what? It's like
1 or 2.
flanking.
But they're not flanking.
no,
No,
I
he's
am.
flanking. Yeah, plus 2
Oh.
dice.
Because I'm
He
shooting
would get a
from the
flanking
side.
if they're held at bay.
I got
onto
6
us.
anyway.
Yeah.
That's my base roll.
That's your base roll.
Did you roll flanking bonus?
No.
Add 2 dice. Roll 2 dice now.
7.
And you go for the same one?
Yeah.
I'm just going to save time. You hit him. There's no way he's dodging that or
Okay.
negating that. You take him like square between the eye. Straight down.
Sweet.
Just drops.
Lily giggles like.
Fantastic.
So there's one more facing us.
There's 2 more facing you.
I
and
thought he
there's
killed one
circling
already.
around to me.
He-
No,
he
I just
injured
killed
one.
one. I hit one before, but did no damage.
Oh, but the same one is now dead.
Yes.
Lily says to Carter after giggling, the part where the wolf died was great.
Alright. Next round, I'm assuming Twee has... He naturally should declare first because he's the biggest, the fattest, and a bear. So he's going to continue charging and find the closest one.
Does he reach it?
I would say this would be his combat turn. But we can keep your dice roll from okay. Do we want to go declaring again?
No pressure, Rob.
Well,
Breathe.
we're all declaring the same.
The same thing, the exact same thing.
I'm pretty sure.
It's working.
Yeah, like their attention is stuck on us.
Yeah.
He's picking them off.
We're not getting hurt. They're getting hurt. Let's keep doing it.
Cool. Right. So
Just also, if they're surrounding us, we would naturally cover each other's backs and like make a square formation, each one pointing
Yeah.
out their weapon. Yeah.
right. So you've just killed one and it's dropped, and the one next to it just kind of like jumped back a bit and then howled.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Say that again. What happened?
He howled, so he's calling to the rest of the pack.
God damn it!
Alright, so we're in a pretty rough position here.
He rolled a 1.
This is all thanks to a 1.
After I hear that
Those-
thing howl, and while I'm backing towards the other guys, as I ready my bow for the next shot, I'm going to call out to Carter and go, Carter, can these things climb?
Can they?
I wouldn't say they can climb. They can fucking jump.
That's a good answer.
How tall-
You should just say that. They can't climb, but they can jump.
I do, yeah.
There's no trees near you. That's what you
Okay,
want.
so there's nothing to get on top of to get higher ground or
Not
anything.
really, no.
Alright, well there's no point in me asking that. Alright, so... Declarations.
Can you roll perception again?
I like how I've...
What are the NPCs doing?
Oh, they're all bracing with you. They're not going to
Is that
attack a wolf
enough
by themselves.
dice? 3, 2.
Go get him, La. I mean, Carter. Run in.
So I
Go, go,
only
go.
rolled a 3 that round. A 3.
Excuse me, I was wondering what you thought about the Treatise of 94.
I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
4. Okay.
So 1 is dead. That means there's 2 left. Alright. Are they on either side? Could you actually, Rob, do we have a scrap bit of paper? I would like you to draw out the positions specifically, just so I can take advantage of stuff if there's an advantage that will appear. Here, Rob.
Yeah, you've got to describe it to
If you could-
SoundCloud anyway.
you-
So
Yeah, okay, right.
So
In my head, what's happening is we have a rock or something here, right? Mm-hmm. We have La.
So here, try. Can you do it here so everyone
They
can
can't see.
I
They
can't.
can't see
Okay,
that. at
sorry.
all.
We'll try and fill you in. There's a rock. Sorry, La is near a rock.
So I'm in cover at the moment, moving away.
Don't worry about making it pretty. Just do circles.
Yeah. What do you?
Right. Fire.
Fire. Yep.
This isn't clear to anyone watching this.
I know, I'll put it in there in a second. I can't draw on nothing.
What do the SoundCloud people have, Rob?
Okay, right. So basically, La is off in the distance, right? Mm-hmm. Next to a rock with his bow ready. Yeah.
Yep.
And then about 25 meters away is their campfire.
This is the campfire.
That's the
To the
campfire.
south, yep.
And they're
Because it
surrounding.
looks like a
It's very
campfire.
unclear visually, but go on.
They're surrounding, or moving around this campfire because the wolves, which are
Behind.
there
Yeah.
and there, and there was another one there.
But originally they were off to the side and
yeah,
they've been
so
circling.
they've been moving,
Yeah.
right?
And one's like Hail Married across to here.
But you don't know that.
Okay.
Well, I've
Well,
seen it the
you've,
first
you've
time,
seen,
but I've
you've seen it.
disappeared.
Yeah. So you know there's something here.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Well,
Okay.
you don't, but
That's
you do.
all right.
Well, yeah, I've seen it run that way, and I can presume that it's over that area somewhere.
Yes. Now, I have a question regarding assists.
Mm-hmm.
You can assist combat rolls, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And other people can assist other people's combat rolls.
I have a question for something that's not on our cheat sheet. Defensive rolls. What's the bonus?
For brace.
I think I've given it a +1 on the dice, but as I reflect on it as a narrator, I'd probably give a +2 dice, but it means you can't perform any combat maneuver against the opponent. And so even if you get +5 wins against their roll on your defensive roll, you can't do any combat maneuvers. It's just to protect yourself against their attack.
Yeah.
I just hit the dice cam. Sorry.
Are you wanting to do a defensive roll?
I was just contemplating something. What were you doing?
Right, so are we all declaring the same thing? What's happening?
Pretty much. We're waiting for the wolves to do
Right,
something.
okay, so one wolf in front of you has just howled, and that is echoed in the distance by several more howls.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I mean, I like a good fight and all, but what? Were there 7? I think I counted 7. 7 howls.
I said, there's only so long we can do this. Lily, by my side. And I bear my shield up and I say, I'm going to charge. I'm going to try and stagger him. You're going to have to get in and do what you can. Climb it and I'll keep it distracted. It's going to aim at me. I'm a larger opponent.
Better idea. You run in forward, just try and protect yourself, and I'll try and flank it. Which means if you go in and do a full defensive thing...
I was basically suggesting that anyway.
Yeah, but I thought you were saying...
Now, assist is an extra dice or an extra win?
Hun?
Assist is an extra dice or an extra win?
No, assist is something completely different.
Yeah, I know, if you succeed.
Oh, yeah. Wins. They add wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
What are you planning, evil man?
He's trying to fight me.
Rob is a sadistic bastard. I don't like it. All right, yeah. So basically, what I'm going to be doing is charging, but with my shield. So the reason I asked about the defensive thing is because essentially I'm looking to to stagger or disable.
That's not full defense.
I know. That's why I asked. So here's the question. You said you'd say it would be +2. Could I get a +1 in addition to the +1 that I have for a charge? Because no, that doesn't make sense. I'm just going to charge using my shield, and I'm just intentionally going to...
I also have a question regarding exceeding 2 attribute points in combat. Do you use your third as an extra dice and the win?
Yes.
In combat is essentially a skill check, which I would say no. You'd only get... No, yeah. I would say you'd only get the dice bonus.
Yeah, because combat really adds up.
Yeah, only dice bonus, not the additional win.
Okay.
The additional win only applies to pure
I do think if they have
checks.
3 points, if it's 3 points in strength, I know that sucks, but
Well, you reckon they should?
I reckon they should.
That's
I know that sucks, but
Just roll and let's see
Rob,
what
what are
happens.
you figuring out?
I'm still trying to figure out the combat roll.
Okay.
It's fucked.
well,
You want help, alright? Base of 3
Yep.
plus attributes.
Yep.
So,
Plus any combat modifiers.
if they have skills, yeah. Plus weapon bonuses if you want to grant it for their size.
No weapon bonuses.
And then that's it, I think. What's the additional? Is that the +1 win?
No. Well, it was supposed to be. Yes. Okay.
I'm going to use a destiny point to gain an advantage to my roll. I'm going to charge the wolves full on. I'm going to specify that I want to trip the wolf.
You can't charge and trip in the same thing.
You said you were bracing.
No,
or is
you
this
couldn't.
an
No, you can. I'm specifying I want to trip them, okay? Which means I get a +1 to my roll to get the trip, but I can't do damage.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay? And I get a
really
+1 because I'm charging.
What happens?
Okay? Oh god. Where's an eraser? Because I need to get rid of a destiny point. But I'm using
On
this.
the back of one.
Okay.
of
I'm
them.
sorry, if there's a... This is
We are trying out a new experimental rule that was it Rithkin Will that suggested it, I think, which means Jazza is spending a destiny point to get what is called advantage on his roll. So regularly, a win is a 4, 5, and 6 with advantage. Now
That's
a
a
win
great
is
suggestion.
3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
So
The reason this is particularly cool, the reason we like the idea, is that currently, or so far, Destiny points have been very reactive. And this allows motivation for players to use them actively, which means I can think, okay, I'm going to use a Destiny point before I'm nearly dead to actively do something that could save our lives.
alrighty.
But would actually be better for the roll than adding a +1 win.
I'm flanking the wolf. He is attacking.
Yep.
Good to know.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for sword and board, +2 for my base attributes. What's the weapon bonus?
Arming sword,
Yeah.
1.
God, I can get so many combat modifiers right now.
What do you mean? What are you doing?
This is interesting.
mad?
This is interesting because I'm not playing as if I want to make an interesting story. At this point, I'm trying to win because they rolled a fucking 1.
Yeah. No, that's the way to do it.
Rob is showing no mercy here.
They rolled a 1 in what? Oh, in the
Destiny roll.
I didn't think it would affect you that gravely, but I thought about it and it really does. I wasn't expecting a 1 though.
Gotta love it.
Oh. Maybe I was like, get like 11 and found a rabbit or something. Rolled a 20 and he killed a boar.
So this
Roll
is...
1.
Roll a 1 and
So this roll...
of dire wolves.
This roll is a charging trip. Okay? This is my base roll, +1 for the charge.
we go
+1 because I'm...
performance is highest reflex first, yeah?
Yeah, but in all honesty, the dices will play against each other.
Yeah,
on the same,
declaration
so-
Right.
first.
So I'm gonna have Relic do the same thing as you with his shield,
Yep.
and the other two are assisting him
On the other wolf or the same wolf?
on the other wolf.
Okay.
Yeah, smart guys.
Yep.
All right. All right. So this is my roll. Roll. I'm charging. I have these dice plus it's an
Can we go
advantage.
down in reflex, which means you would be last
Now,
because I want to
sure.
I want to deal with what's happening with Mackie
Jazza,
first.
you actually do need to subtract half of your armor score.
What?
You have full armor, so you'd minus
You're
2
wearing
points.
No, I don't.
No, a shield though.
I do have a shield.
Yeah, it's a large shield
That's
which adds
-1.
3 armor, which is
Shield is -1.
no, that's out of date. We're using hardcore armors.
Yeah.
Shield plus your gambeson, which is your cloth armor, which is 4, which means -2 from
2.
your combat roll.
2 dice.
Yes.
Fuck. Okay.
Don't worry, I get -1.
So,
because
but what's the armor total? The gambeson is what?
1 and your shield is 3, so your armor total is 4. I mean, that's 4 permanent damage reduction, man. It's
Yeah.
like
Cool. All right.
flipping
This
sweet.
is my roll, but I won't roll yet because high reflex will roll first, which is the wolves.
Yeah, so Mackie's about to die. Come on, Mackie.
What were you
Fight
doing?
to
You were about to
survive!
shoot one of the other wolves, weren't you?
Well, I just finished releasing
on,
an arrow
hang
and
on.
I'm stumbling
So,
back towards the fire.
The wolf is attacking him unawares and is not going to get a combat roll. Did he fail his perception?
Yes.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
So I'd like to point out, because I'm going to explain what's happened. Mackie was next to a rock shooting this thing. He did see the wolf run behind him, but he didn't act on following it. So the wolf has continued sneaking, and now it is sitting on that rock behind Mackie.
Hey,
Yeah,
guys.
just pausing right now.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt the intense combat you're enjoying.
I'm sure you're riveted.
It gets better.
We didn't. This one didn't naturally divide into 2 chapters because it went the entire evening. So we're making this video to chuck in the middle so that we can divide it.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
So we're going to come back in a few days with the next chapter in this exciting section.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Remember-
Thanks for rolling a 1, and thanks for cooking so badly, Lily. It all
Wow.
stems from bad.
I gotta say, I'll miss La. See you next time!
See you guys.
He was good while we knew him.
Yeah.
Yeah.